What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel, and if you guys are new, welcome. Truly appreciate all y'all stopping by and checking out the channel. Appreciate all that love and support lately as well. Now, as you can see, we are talking about an auto rifle from this season, in the season of the Haunted, the Firefright. Now, this is a kinetic precision frame weapon, so it has that nice little extra oomph on its damage at 29. I feel like this thing shoots a little slow, but it's not bad at all, with its RPMs being at 450. Now we're going to be going over the PvP and PvE God Rolls for this, and since we can craft it by obtaining those red border weapons in our Sever Missions from the Crown of Sorrows at the helm, as well as doing those nightmare containments on the Leviathan, it's a great way to craft some God Rolls for this weapon. Now for me, for both PvP and PvE, I'm actually going to go with range. I think that it helps a lot with especially taking us into endgame for stunning some of those champions. I do like bringing this in with me, crafting my enhanced perks as we speak. Now for range, like I said, very good in PvP as well, and that's what we'll be going over first. So as you can see, I have it started out, but I don't have my perks unlocked since we are only at level 7, but this is how I plan on building it out for PvP. We're going to go with small bore here, which increases our range and stability, brings it up decently high, and it's very nice because this thing needs that little extra stability on it with that slow shot. It kind of bounces in my personal opinion, but that 80 range is gnarly on an AR. On top of that, we're going to go with ricochet rounds for, again, increased stability and range. These are by far the best for the PvP realm. Like I said, that stability, letting that thing bounce a little bit, having these ricochet rounds helps so much. Now for me, for our PvP God Roll in this third column, I'm going to go with Fragile Focus. Now this is a very interesting one to get procced, and especially for the PvP realm, but having that extra range before you take damage is absolutely essential, in my opinion, for this weapon inside a Crucible. You're going to be hitting a lot farther than a lot of other people, and this thing does a good amount of damage with 34 in the magazine. So having that Fragile Focus on the enhanced trait, very good for having that bonus range. And then if you dip out of battle for a second and take no damage, it comes back a little bit faster, and you can in turn again get that bonus range to proc. Now for me, again, in the PvP realm, for our fourth column, I'm going to Focused Fury. So when you're hitting those headshots, as the precision damage, it grants the weapon bonus damage for an improved duration. Now that is, once again, very nice for the PvP realm, just because that little extra damage that you get when Focused Fury is procced, especially with the range that we're getting on this weapon, it is mapping people. Love the roll of Focus Fury in the fourth column, and then Fragile Focus in our third with the PvP God Roll here. Moving on to the PvE God Roll, like I was saying, we're going to go with range again as our enhanced intrinsic perk, which is basically our masterwork on the weapon. And then for our first one, again, I'm going to go with small bore for PvE. That little extra bit of range and stability is super clutch for this weapon, especially when you're taking it in and stunning those champions from a distance. Having that range is very nice on this auto rifle. Now in our second column here, I love Appended Mag. We get an extra 4 shots in the magazine, as you can see. Compared to when you throw on Extended Mag, your reload goes all the way down to 24 with the same amount of ammo that we have in the magazine. So that's why I keep our reload up at 44. Makes it way better for this weapon in the PvE realm, being able to reload faster instead of having that negative 20 on your reload for extended. Now in our third column here, I'm going to go with well-rounded. So throwing a grenade or hitting a target with a charged melee grants improved and stacking bonus to weapon stability, handling, and range. This is going to be super nice, especially with the way Solar, Void, and then Stasis, we can have those fragments and customization. So when we are trying to spam grenades just by throwing it here and getting this well-rounded to proc, or hitting a charged melee attack with our throwing knives, throwing hammer, something like that right now, gets this to proc very, very easily, and then we can gain those main stacks and have that very good weapon stability and range for the PvE realm. The handling is not as essential in my opinion for PvE, but it's a nice little addition that we have on here for this perk. So right here in our fourth column for enhanced perks, I have two different options that I'm still considering crafting in Adiago here, and then Osmosis. So Adiago is after we get a defeat on the target with the weapon, it fires a little bit more slow, but it does increase damage for an improved time. So when we get defeats with this weapon, it's basically similar to a rampage, just a little bit different because it shoots slower. But it's very nice to get that extra damage in the PvE realm, so I'm considering this. But my second option is also Osmosis, so using your grenade ability changes this weapon's damage type to matching its subclass until it is stowed. So this can be very, very interesting, taking it into some of that endgame activity, like I said, for our champions. And then on top of it, since it's a kinetic auto rifle, it doesn't have any burn, so being able to have Osmosis on there and throw whatever grenade you're using and have it turn into a void auto rifle for a hot second, or a solar auto rifle, whatever it may be, can come in handy with breaking those shields when we have match game on, etc. So very, very interested in this perk. Will probably end up going Osmosis over Adiago, but in the end I can always reshape it and try out Adiago for a while and then come back to Osmosis if I feel like spending all those materials, but I'm not too worried about that. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for my God Rolls here for the PvE realm. This weapon, very, very fun to use in both Crucible and PvE. Been running it a lot in Gambit and then just my normal Crucible. 6s going through. No one's expecting an AR, and I think it's a very stable AR with a good range for PvP realm. So you can absolutely surprise some people and absolutely map them. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully y'all like these God Roll videos for weapons, especially in this fashion where we're able to craft, so I can be a little bit more hands-on instead of just showing you guys light.gg. So thank you guys again for that support. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.